DSP tries it.
This is DSP, and I'm using the new Axe body... That's not it. What the hell's that shit? I'm using the new Axe body detailer to try to take a shower here. I'm trying to not get too much water outside of the shower, which is not an easy feat. I'm also using... Oh, that's the Axe body detailer right there. I'm also using Axe Skin Contact Body Wash, which apparently is supposed to have small particles which you use in your body shower to clean your body. Let's see what happens here. Alright. Working up a lather in the shower. Oh shit, that's a lot of water. Yeah. Trying not to get too much water outside of the shower, but you know. Alright, how about the balls, huh? Ah, yeah. Use the detailer to wash your balls. Yeah. Just scrub the balls. Oh! I use the detailer inside to wash your... Oh my god! Oh! You don't want to use the detailer inside to wash your balls. Oh! Oh, that hurts. Ow! Ooh. Okay. I try to wash my legs, but that's not going to happen. I'm not getting too much water everywhere, so you know. Alright, the Axe body detailer is not too bad. It works. It washes your body. Your hairy ass, disgusting Italian body. But yeah, the detailer is not too much. You wouldn't want to put that on your balls. That hurts a lot. But yeah, you just rub this all over your body, you wash it. What can I say? It works. That's a holo mio. I wash my body. You watching me wash my body. Okay. Ow. Damn, it hurts, but it feels so good. No, really, it hurts, but it scrapes the dead skin off of your body, so it actually feels pretty good. See? Scraping my arm. Ow, ow, ow. Now I'll wash my back. Oh, you'll love this. Yes. All the fags and women who've tuned in this long, you'll love this one. Look at the disgustingly hairy back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Pornographic. Shitty titty fuck. Oops. So what do I think of the Axe Detailer? Groovy! What do I think of the Axe Detailer? Groovy.
DSP tries it.
What's up, and welcome to another edition of DSP Tries It. This one's a little unique because, take a look. Stay Puft Marshmallows. Now, if you're a fan of Ghostbusters like me, you know that at the end of Ghostbusters, there is, well, actually it's not only at the end, when Dana, who's one of the characters in the movie, goes shopping, she actually buys a bag of Stay Puft Marshmallows, even though they don't really exist. They're a fictional brand of marshmallows, or at least they used to be. And then at the end of the movie, when the Ghostbusters are fighting this interdimensional being, the being tells them, choose the form you want me to appear in, and Ray Stantz accidentally thinks of the mascot of Stay Puft Marshmallows, who's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And what ends up happening is, Gozer comes and manifests as a gigantic, like 100-foot tall Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and destroys New York City. So, pretty cool. This did not exist until very recently. There's a company, and I believe, I'm not sure, I think it's called Omni Consumer Products. Never heard of them before. But basically, there's a website, staypuftmarshmallows.com, or you can go to ghostbusters.com, and they have information on these. So it's a pretty cool novelty tie-in with the movie. Now they said, well, it would be cool to make Stay Puft Marshmallows, but what's the gimmick? Like, why would people want to buy these besides just a collector's item? Well, they've actually made the world's first caffeinated marshmallow. Meaning, I believe that each one of these has about, I'm trying to see if it says here, if they actually measure the amount of caffeine. It doesn't really say. It doesn't say how much caffeine is in each marshmallow. Usually when they make products like this, like they would make it so that 1 or 2 marshmallows equals a cup of coffee. But it does not say on the package. I'm reading all around, it does not say. So, anyway, I actually saw these on a website called thinkgeek.com, and I've also seen them in a couple gaming magazines being advertised. And so I grabbed them. I said, this would be something cool to try out. And first of all, it's an awesome collector's item. The package is a durable, heavy, like a laminated cardboard, so even once you eat the marshmallows, you can still keep this as like a collector's item. But I'm going to actually try one of these marshmallows and see what it tastes like. I never had a caffeinated marshmallow before, so let's open this guy up. First of all, I'm curious to see how many are in here. Now, one thing that is kind of a bummer is it says on the back that they go bad on January the 10th, and today is December the 10th, so basically they're only good for a month. You have to eat them within a month once you buy them. So here you go, and let's see. It looks like they're packaged together. Oh yeah. Three cartons of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. So there's 24 marshmallows in the packaging. So I guess we're going to open it up and try them out. Okay. This is it. My very first Stay Puft marshmallow. It is stuck in there. Ooh, it's very, very, very moist. It's not like a dry marshmallow. It seems like it's going to be really squishy. Alright, let's try it. Pretty good. It tastes like a typical marshmallow. It doesn't have any kind of weird flavor or anything because it has caffeine in it. It tastes like a pretty typical marshmallow. You know, I wish I knew how much caffeine was in it. Because if I knew, then I could rate it and say, gee, you know, well, this is a 4 out of 5 because it has a good burst of caffeine. And it tastes like a really good marshmallow, but it doesn't say on the packaging. And being that this is a brand new product, I'd almost say it's probably impossible to find out how much right now is in it. It's a shame that if it's not like a vitamin or a mineral or salt or fat, they're not required by the government to list the amount of ingredient they put in there. So an energy drink, they're not required to list how much caffeine, how much guarana, how much of those other ingredients they put in there. It's the same here. They're not required. So I have absolutely no clue what on earth they've put in this, besides the fact that it has 40 calories per marshmallow. But of course, it's pure sugar. What do you expect? In fact, the ingredients, the very basic ingredients are sugar, corn syrup, water, kosher gelatin, natural vanilla, caffeine, salt, and cornstarch. So it's basically a marshmallow with caffeine in it. So how would I rate this? I think it's a really cool novelty item. Obviously, marshmallows aren't something that people eat every day, so it's not like something commonplace that you're going to want to get every day. Price-wise, however, is an interesting note. These were $12. So $12 for 24 marshmallows. You're basically paying 50 cents a marshmallow. And, wait a minute. Yeah. That's a lot of money when you think about it. That's pretty expensive, especially when you can go to the store and buy a giant bag of marshmallows for like $2, you know? So really it's the novelty of it, the fact that you can say, I've had a Stay Puft Marshmallow, and show your friends, hey, look, I have the Stay Puft Marshmallows. They're real. They really exist. So I would probably give this as a novelty item, probably like a 3. Only because it would have been nice if they had flavored marshmallows, but it's just a very plain vanilla marshmallow. Maybe if they had other flavors like chocolate and mint and stuff like that, then I could really get into it. But just being very plain, I could say maybe they could have done a little bit better. And again, if I had known how much caffeine was in here, like if I knew that each marshmallow was like a cup of coffee, maybe I'd say that's better, because that would be a really good boost. But this doesn't say at all how much is in there, so I can't really give it a foolproof rating not knowing what the ingredients are. So anyway, pretty cool. I thought that I would show that out. DSP tries it. I give Stay Puft Marshmallows a 3 because it is a cool novelty item, but I'm not sure how much caffeine's in there, and it's also pretty expensive for what it is. So I'm DSP, and oh yeah, due to the overwhelming positive reaction to my Axe Body Detailer video, I've decided that every single DSP tries it from now on will end in hardcore nudity. So here we go!
DSP tries it. DSP tries it.
Okay, so today we're going to be trying out something that I've actually seen ads for on television. I've actually saw it on a couple websites that I went to, and I was interested in getting it. And Pandali and I were at the mall yesterday, and we decided to grab it at a store, one of those as seen on TV stores. Basically, they have all kinds of products that you can get from things that are advertised on TV, and this is one of them. It's called Slushy Magic. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to make a slushie with this and see if it actually works. Now, according to the instructions, the first thing you're supposed to do is freeze these 3 cube things in your fridge, okay? And then you're supposed to put them in the Slushy Magic, which is just a generic plastic cup.
Yeah.
And then you're supposed to take any liquid. It could be, you know, literally anything, fruit juice, soda, drink. We're going to actually put in some Snapple.
Lemon flavor.
And where's the fill line? You have to make sure that we do it only to the fill line. There's a fill line on the glass here somewhere. There it is. Okay, good.
Nope.
Good, okay. And now you attach the lid.
And secure it, otherwise you'll have a massive explosion.
And now on the top here, to show you, there's a hole that you're supposed to cover with your finger. Honey, you're blocking the light. There it is. The hole you're supposed to cover with your finger when you shake it. And the reason the hole exists is if you were doing soda, obviously if you shake soda, you create carbon, what is it, dioxide, carbon monoxide, whatever it is, the CO2, carbon dioxide gas, it needs to be released. If you don't, the cup will explode. So it has that hole. But for us, we're only using regular Snapple iced tea, so we shouldn't have that problem. Alright, so now what you got to do, literally, is stand and shake that glass for 2 minutes. So right now it's 6:07. I believe I can actually use a timer. There we go. So as of right now, the timer is counting down from 2 minutes.
This is like the shake weight, but you get a drink after.
Ooh.
So it's better than the shake weight.
If it works, we don't know if it works yet.
Oh yeah.
Last night we made the mistake. The cubes weren't frozen yet. They were cold, but they weren't frozen, and we tried to do it, and all we got was like foamy iced tea. So we were a little disappointed, but here's hoping that after shaking it for 2 minutes.
It's not working. It's not going off. Timer.
No, it's working. It counts down like that. As long as that's moving, it means it's counting the seconds. I know, it's a weird timer.
Nothing's weird.
So, very exciting to see someone shake the Slushy Magic for 2 minutes. Yes. You need a trampoline to do this. You can do backflips while you shake it. Alright, so we're almost approaching a minute at this point. Oh yeah, no, not yet. Any second it'll actually go to a minute and you'll see it'll start counting down. There it is. 58 seconds to go. Keep shaking. You're in the second half. Keep shaking. Keep shaking. Yes. Bouncy, bouncy.
Me or the drink?
Hey, I offered to shake it.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Oh, well, I didn't hear it then.
And then you decided to shake instead.
I can't even tell if it looks slushy.
Alright, 30 seconds left. 30 seconds. Keep shaking. Don't stop. If you stop, the whole process fails. Keep shaking.
Damn. This is a lot more intense than it...
15 seconds. Keep going. Alright. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Slushy!
I think it worked.
It might have worked. Let's see what happens
Oh,
here.
thank God. 'Cause my arms hurt like...
Alright, let's investigate. Let's put it down over here. Open the top.
I think it worked.
I don't know.
Partially slushy.
Almost slushy.
Damn it.
It's kind of slushy.
I'm shaking it a little more.
What?
I want slushy, not half slushy.
Well, I think what you gotta do is take the cubes out and then you'll have a whole slushy.
Slushy, you little bastard. Oh my God, just imagine you're getting this for your kids. You'd have to do this shit all the time.
Well, you're supposed to have the kids do it.
Yeah, fuck that. The kids will be fucking, they'll just spray it like this.
Alright, so what you should do, I think, take the cubes out and put them in the sink, and we'll see if the rest is slushy or not.
Watch, it's like 1% slushy.
Yep, just toss it. No. Just put it in the sink. Just leave it there.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the whole counter soaked. Even in the sink.
Fine. You and your damn sink problems.
One more.
Where the... Come out, you little bastard.
It's in there. There it is. There it is.
Want that piece of slushy.
Wow. So for all of your efforts, you only got less than half a cup of actual slushy. So of course now the test is you have to taste it and see what it's like.
It's very liquidy on the inside. Tastes like Snapple.
Well, no kidding. What do you think it's made of? It tastes like Snapple. But it tastes fine. Doesn't have any weird taste to it or anything.
I don't know. It feels a little watered down almost for a slushy.
Well, it's not. It is. I mean, it is very watery. You have to admit. Now, what they say in the instructions is the colder the drink you use, that it'll be easier, it'll come out better. Now, we've had this in the fridge all day. So, we literally just took it out of the fridge. The ice cubes were in the freezer, and we did it. So, what do you think? Is it a bust, or is it a success?
Well, considering 2 minutes of shake waiting for only this much...
Not
I'd
even
say it was
half a
kinda-
cup of slush.
You know what would be fine for a kid? Look at though in the guide. Look how much they show.
That's impossible unless they left the cubes in the cup.
They probably did. What a bunch of assholes. But it comes with a magic recipe book. And look, you can use grenadine syrup and make a Shirley Temple slush. That'd be great for the kids. And some vanilla pink. You can use yogurt and chocolate milk. Ugh. And seltzer and sports drinks and...
Alright, so Slushy Magic, I don't know. For me, it seems like it's more of a fun thing for activity for a kid rather than if you actually want to make a slushie.
Not when the mom has to do it. Hell no. I'd be like, go screw yourself, kid.
And you don't really get a lot. And look, it's already melting. Look, it's already becoming liquid very quickly. And I think this one's a bust. On my DSP tries it scale, I'm probably going to give it like a 1.5 out of 5. It doesn't make slush, technically yes, but the slush melts super fast. It doesn't make a lot, and it's a lot of work. Alright, so that's it for DSP Tries It for Slushy
Wait,
Magic.
didn't ask my rating.
Oh, what's
It's
your
a
rating? A 1 out of 5.
Because that was a lot of effort. My arms are killing me. For this much.
Alright.
Look at this. I could
nothing.
probably chug this.
It's more liquid than anything else. False
Yeah,
advertising.
look at that. Ooh.
Yep. Alright, so that's it for DSP Tries It for Slushy Magic. Again, it seems like something that would be fun for a little kid to do as a little thing,
Don't
but
waste good Snapple on it.
don't expect anything amazing out of it.
DSP tries it.
Okay, what is up everyone? Welcome to another episode of DSP Tries It. And this time we're going to be doing a food item, and I know people love these food item DSP Tries Its that I do. By the way, how do you like my new Portal 2 coasters that I actually got? I got those from thinkgeek.com. It's all different things from Portal. I think those are pretty cool. But that's not what we're trying today. Today we're going to try what's called Choco Malos. High Energy Snacks by Caffex. It says it has 100 milligrams of caffeine in a marshmallow square. And it is actually kosher. It says right on the front it's kosher dairy. So, let's take a look at the back. It says, Super Caffeinated Choco Malos, the gourmet marshmallow for grown-ups who must stay awake. If you love chocolate and how great it tastes or melts in your mouth, you're in for a real treat. Our cocoa and cocoa nibs saturated marshmallows. But they're much more than instant energy. No, they're much more than that. Instant energy delivered in one luxurious sensation of chocolatey sweetness. They'll brighten your mood and keep you going all at once. Choco Malos are easy, quick, and most of all, delicious. And if you actually look here at the ingredients, it's actually some pretty, natural ingredients. Sugar, water, cocoa nibs, gelatin, potato starch, egg whites, caramel, milk powder, caffeine, vanilla, and cinnamon. No monohydroglutinate sodiopastionate or whatever. But it does say not for minors and pregnant women because obviously they don't want to get a caffeine high. So I'm actually going to try one of these and I'm going to let everyone know how it tastes, if it's good or not. So I'll put the camera down for a second to open the bag. Some kind of easy tear top here. Okay. Opening the bag. Ha-ha. And I'm grabbing a Choco Malo. Here it is. It smells chocolatey. Seal that up. Okay, real sealable bag. That's good. Alright, here we go. I'm going to try the Choco Malo and see what it tastes like. It is not bad. It's actually quite good. It is delicious. Ooh, you can really taste the cocoa. Because you know how when you have chocolate, sometimes you have the chocolates that's just pure sugar, and you really can't taste the cocoa? You can really taste the cocoa in this. It's delicious. It is of a thicker density than a standard marshmallow, I would say, though. It's a little bit on the thicker side. In fact, in a lot of ways, it's almost like a chewy brownie. That's kind of what it is. Now I know. This reminds me, they used to have brownie bites. Do you remember those? They used to sell little miniature brownies. That's what this tastes like, brownie bites. So it probably has many of the same, if not all the same ingredients. This is delicious. And the cool thing about it is, unlike chugging a giant energy drink like this, and no, this isn't an energy drink, this is water. But I'm just saying, to chug one of those energy drinks, it's very filling, you know what I mean? I'm not talking 5-hour energy, I'm talking, the real energy drinks, the big ones. It can actually be pretty filling to chug a giant thing. It's a tiny little marshmallow and 100 milligrams, which I believe is like the equivalent of a cup of coffee. I'm not positive, but a caffeine boost, and it is absolutely delicious. So I'm going to say, I highly recommend Choco Malos. If you can find these, I haven't seen them in stores. I actually got them off the thinkgeek.com website, but I'm sure there's other places on the internet you can get them. This is great, and you know what? This is a snack I'm going to use. If I'm playing games and I'm starting to sag a little bit or feel a little tired, I'm going to pop a Choco Malo and get myself a nice energy boost. It's tasty, tasty, light on the stomach, and a big burst of caffeine. So I actually like this product. On a scale of 1 to 5, I'm going to give it the maximum rating. I'm going to give it a 5 because it's this simple. It does what it's supposed to do. It's efficient and it's tasty. So Choco Malos, I definitely like them. Great product. That's it for this episode of DSP Tries It. See you next time.
DSP Tries It.
What's going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here with another installment of DSP Tries It. And today what we're going to do is talk about a controller that I actually used over the course of the hardcore gaming season of 2012, meaning roughly probably mid to late September through probably early to mid-December, okay? So we're talking about a 3-month period. When I was nonstop, I was playing video games for YouTube. And unfortunately, unlike some other things like products that I try out, a game controller is a little different simply because you really do need to use it over time in order to get a fair assessment of the quality of the controller. You know, if I just opened this up out of the box brand new, oh, the buttons feel good, but I didn't have hands-on experience, it kind of doesn't mean anything. So I wanted to actually wait out a certain amount of time before I did a DSP Tries It video for this controller because I wanted to give you a fair assessment of it, okay? Now, as you can see, this is the Razer Onza Tournament Edition controller for the Xbox 360. And it features actually a couple cool functional things that other controllers don't have. It actually has a extra long cord, which you're going to see when we actually open this sucker up. In fact, I'm trying to see right here. It's 15 feet, a 15-foot long cord. It's got some different style buttons than what's on a standard Xbox controller. It's actually got a different D-pad. On the shoulders, it actually has double shoulder buttons. I'm going to show you all this and show you how it actually works. It also has adjustable tightness on your thumbsticks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy out of the box. I'm going to show you the features, and then I'm going to show you, well, probably show you and explain to you what I discovered about this controller. Now, this controller you can get at any retail store. I've seen it at GameStop. I've seen it at Best Buy. I actually bought this one at Best Buy. And the retail price is $39.99. Okay, so $40 for a wired controller. It is wired. Okay, so I'm taking it out of the packaging here just so everyone knows what I'm doing. Okay. Alright, so the first thing I want to show you about this controller. The cable. This by far is the longest cable I've ever seen for a wired controller. 15 flippin' feet. And the controller actually is made of that nylon material, so you don't have to worry about, oops, it got cut, or, you know, your dog comes and nibbles on it a little bit and the thing falls apart. This is the durable material. And also what you don't have to worry about is by folding up the cord like this, the cord's not going to get damaged. A lot of other controllers that don't have the nylon style cord, the cord actually eventually cracks and breaks after, you know, folding it up like this. This cord is not going to do that, okay? It also features the standard breakaway failsafe for the Xbox 360, and what I mean by that is on Xbox 360 controllers, they actually have this feature where if you accidentally pull on it too much, it disconnects rather than pulling the entire cable out of your console and therefore possibly yanking your console across the floor and or off a shelf and damaging it, okay? So the controller itself, and I know people are going to already having questions looking at this from something that's apparent, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit. The controller itself has a nice design. It's sleek. It actually is made of that coating. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's not like a standard Xbox 360 controller. Let me show you what I mean. Standard Xbox 360 controller is just plain plastic. It can get greasy after using it for extended periods of time. This controller has a coating on it that is a special coating that's like an anti-stick coating. Now, it's not perfect. if you are playing it for extended periods of time, you probably will still have, you know, a little bit of sweaty greasiness to it. But it is a nice feature. It has this nice Razer design on the front. You got your start and your back buttons. Your D-pad is actually 4 triangular shaped buttons, as you can see there. Okay. Your face buttons are actually, I have to say, probably the best feature that I liked about this controller were the face buttons. Because take a listen. You hear that? It's a very small button. It's flat and it's a very easy click. And so in a game where you have to tap the button really fast multiple times, you could do it really well. Compare that to a standard Xbox 360 controller. The button is actually thicker. It's a deeper push. It needs more of a push to actually function. This doesn't need as much effort. So the face button's a vast improvement over the standard Xbox 360 controller, in my opinion. The thumbsticks are made of a special kind of rubber and or plastic. I'm not exactly sure what it's made of, okay? But it's a different from the standard Xbox 360 controller, which is a standard hard gray rubber. It's more of a softer rubber, and I think what it is, they wanted you to have ease of use using your thumbstick. And again, speaking of that, the thumbstick, as you can see with the regular Xbox 360 controller, wide circulation. And this one, not as wide, so it's actually more responsive to your inputs. In addition, these thumbsticks actually have, I'll show you, an adjustment. If I turn it, alright, it's already turned all the way, here we go. You can actually loosen or tighten the thumbstick. So by turning it right, I'm actually loosening the thumbstick, and it makes it actually easier or harder to move. And some people like a little bit more precision control. You're going to want a little bit harder of a resistance on your thumbstick, and both thumbsticks have that feature. Okay, turn it back now. So now let's look at the back of the controller, because this is interesting. The back of the controller, I'm sorry, I'm trying to focus in here, there we go, features a couple cool things. First of all, just to show you the buttons, 2 shoulder buttons, not one. I know they call them bumpers or whatever. 2 of them plus a trigger. Now you might be saying, oh, does that mean you get an extra button? Well, I'm going to explain in a second. The answer is actually no. But 2 shoulder buttons and a trigger that's much different, as you can see, than triggers on the standard Xbox 360 controller. The standard controller is just a trigger, okay, a rounded trigger. This actually has an extended finger rest. See that? So for precision aiming and precision firing, it's a little bit more quick on the job than the standard Xbox 360 controller due to the design of those. And then the final feature that I want to discuss with you is the back here. It's actually programmable. Remember I showed you up here these buttons? There's 2 shoulder buttons. That's because one of these on each side is actually programmable. Now you might be saying to yourself, oh, that's great, you can program in commands, this thing has a memory to it. No, that's not the case. I remember back in the 1990s, they used to sell controllers where you could like program in the Hadouken for Street Fighter and it would just do a special move when you press the button. That's not the case here. You might be saying, oh, that's great, well what if there's a game that I'm playing where, you know, maybe it's a beat 'em up and you have to press X and A to do a special attack together. Can you do that? And the answer there is, no, you can't do that. And I was a little taken aback when I bought the controller because I actually thought that's what it was, and that's not what it is. Let me explain. What it basically is that you can make these shoulder buttons do the same thing as any other button on the controller. So you can make that be a trigger, you can make that be a face button, you can make that be the start or back buttons, but you cannot make it be more than one button together. It's just basically a mimic of another button. So if for whatever reason you don't like using your face buttons, you can use this. Maybe there's a game where there's a face button that would be better used if you mapped it to a shoulder button. Maybe you are a person that hates the triggers, okay? Some people hate the triggers. Maybe you'd like to have 2 shoulder buttons. You can do that. You can have one be a shoulder button and one be a trigger, okay? So that functionality is there, but I was a little disappointed because I thought it was going to be like a programmable controller. I want it to be X and Y together. Nope, you can't do that. It can only be one button at a time, okay? So let me give you my honest opinion on the controller and my experience with it. The first month that I had the controller, which is probably about September to October, I loved it. Like I said, the face buttons, some of the most reactive face buttons I've ever played on any controller. They're really good face buttons. The D-pad, I mean, if you're using it for a first-person shooter or something like that, it's not bad. If you're going to try to use this D-pad for a fighting game, you probably wouldn't be able to because they've completely changed the design. Since it's 4 completely separate triangular-shaped buttons, it's hard
to roll your finger across them to try to do something like a Shoryuken or a Hadouken. Imagine trying to do a spinning pile driver with Zangief on this thing. You'd never be able to do it, okay? The triggers, the shoulder buttons, they're fine. They're fine. They're just as responsive as any other controller. But the thing that I started to notice after about a month and a half of using this controller was that all of a sudden, sometimes in games, my guy would start to walk by himself. And I said, what's going on? I would literally not be touching the controller, and on screen my character would start walking. And what I came to find out is this adjustment feature that they have on these thumbsticks actually apparently is faulty, because after you use it for a couple months, the thumbsticks actually become stuck in certain directions. They don't ever return properly to neutral. So after only about a month and a half to 2 months, I discovered that this was a problem. This is a major problem, okay? You need your thumbstick to be able to snap back to neutral. It's unacceptable. But then, in addition to that, take a look at what happened after a few months of use. And I'll try to zoom in here to show you what I mean. Do you see what happened to the rubber? The rubber that they used for this controller for the thumbsticks literally absorbs your sweat and your oils of your thumbs, and after a few months it actually becomes soft. Okay? Look, you can even see my thumbnail. It's coming apart. It becomes porous, meaning that holes appear in it, and it actually starts to fall apart. And this thumbstick, of course this is the thumbstick you use the most because you use it for motion in every game, literally the thing fell off. Look at that. It's destroyed. And there's no way to fix that. Not only is there no way to fix it, there's no way to replace it. These aren't replaceable. So, for a controller that's a $40 wired controller that the box says is a tournament edition controller. I mean, this is a controller that you would take to tournaments with you. You'd constantly be using it. If you're a tournament player, it means you play more than normal people. This controller is a miserable failure. It's got critical design flaws. Thumbsticks that don't return to neutral after just a few months. Rubber that absorbs the grease and sweat from your body and falls apart after a few months. And a D-pad that you can't really use for motion. It's just for single button inputs. So 3 critical flaws in this controller. And I'll be honest with you, I loved it after the first month. I was kind of a little bit getting pissed off after that second month when it started walking on its own. And then after these thumbsticks started falling apart, I hate this controller. This is a controller for a casual player. This is for someone who's not going to be playing games every day. Because it's obvious if you actually do use it to play games every day, the damn thing falls apart. So I don't know what Razer was thinking. I'll be honest, I have a lot of Razer products. I've actually got under my table here, there's a Razer gaming keyboard. Over on my computer, I've got a Razer gaming mouse. I own Razer products, and I was very disappointed to find that now that they're delving into the console market, that this controller sucks ass. So I'm sorry, Razer, I've got to be honest, I'm going to, give a score based off of my personal experiences. Your controller was great while it worked, but it only worked for about 2 months before I started having major malfunctions, and then the thing damn fell apart on me. So unfortunately, on a DSP tries is on a 1 to 5 basis, I have to give the Razer Onza controller a 1 out of 5 stars. It's great for when you have it, and then it starts falling apart, and it's a hot mess basically. And that's unfortunate. The only reason it gets the 1 star is because when it's new out of the box for about a month and a half, you're going to get a great experience. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't game all the time, maybe you only game an hour to a day, a couple days a week, this might be a controller you're interested in because it's not going to wear out. But for everyone else who actually does game, pretty decently, I can't recommend the controller. I think that they fucked up with the design, and I don't know what happened here, but it's a miserable failure. And just to give you some perspective, okay? And I don't know if I actually have it out here, but I want to give you some perspective on this. I still have my original Xbox 360 controller from when I got my original Xbox 360 100 years ago. There it is. And I want to show you something. Sure, the thumbstick is worn. You can obviously see that my thumb is going against it a lot. There's no bump here where there used to be a bump. But it's still fucking in one piece. Like, what? How did they manage to design a thumbstick made of a kind of rubber that falls apart? You know what that really tells me? Whoever designed the Razer Onza Xbox 360 controller never thoroughly tested it. All they did is they had a new one that they gave to some people to use. The new people played on the new one, and they never had an extended product test for a few months. Anyone with a brain would know that if you use this for a few months, look, the rubber's falling apart in my finger. It's pathetic. So, Razer Onza, a big disappointment. I want to let everyone know because on the onset, the controller actually works and looks great, and this is kind of like a cautionary tale for anyone. You know, I'm glad that I'm making this review because I hope this helps people to know. Don't buy this controller. This controller only works for people who don't play a lot. If you play a lot, it's going to fall apart, and that's not fair for a controller that's called a tournament edition controller that's supposed to be used a lot, that this happens to it, okay? Alright, so that's it for this episode of DSP Tries It. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back, hopefully soon, reviewing another product and or food item and or who knows what. I actually have a couple things up my sleeve that I will be checking out, so thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.
DSP Tries It.
What's up, everyone? DSP and Pandily here for a special Valentine's Day edition of DSP Tries It. And what we're going to do is we actually, as you can see, for Valentine's Day we had some treats delivered, although they should have arrived much earlier today. They showed up at almost 9 p.m.
They've been out for delivery since 6 a.m., so they're probably all melted.
Well, I hope not. But, so what we're going to do, I've never done anything like this before. I've never ordered, like, you know, chocolate-covered strawberries or anything like that. And now this is supposed to be a place, everyone claims that this place is great. And you see advertising for them everywhere. You've heard about them, talked about on different shows and such. So, alright, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try Sherry's Berries.
Chocolate-covered strawberries.
Now this is the one of the gourmet assortments, I believe. Oh boy, look what just happened. It's leaking hearts.
Aw, that's kind of cute in a sad, disturbing way. Okay.
Let's lift. Ooh!
Whoa!
A couple of them got jostled around.
Oh, that's expected. Wow,
So-
they're huge, some of them.
Yeah.
That one's huge.
Holy shit, they're gigantic. We're gonna need plates and stuff because we're gonna make a mess if we try to eat this. That's not a plate.
It's a trivet.
That's gonna. How are you gonna prevent things from falling off of that? Go get a plate, honey.
Yeah.
Alright, so.
You don't even tell them how nice the trivet is.
We've got. This was actually a gift that Pandily made for me.
I made it.
Yes. And she hand painted it. So. We've got 3 different kinds. We've got milk chocolate with like little swirls on it. We've got white chocolate with little heart candies, and then we've got milk chocolate with the little heart candies. So there's 3 different. Actually, I take that back. I think that's dark chocolate. It is dark chocolate.
Is it?
Yeah, with little
I
varieties.
guess.
So there's 3 completely different kinds. We've got dark, milk, and white. So now we're gonna dig in. And we're gonna see what we like. I'm gonna actually start with this smaller one here, I think.
Oh,
this
that's
smaller.
the one I wanted to take.
What?
No, I'm kidding. You can have that. I think I might take this one.
Small dark chocolate looking one. Okay.
I'm going to start with this
And
one.
you're gonna
This
start
one's
with
gonna
milk
be mine.
chocolate? Okay, so hold
I'm
on.
trying it with the swirls. You will try the sprinkles.
Alright, I'll take a bite. Let's see what it's like.
This is good.
The chocolate is delicious.
And the berries taste so sweet and fresh.
I'm gonna take another bite because I didn't get much berry out before I give a verdict. Yeah, you know, I was kind of expecting the berry to maybe not taste so good, being that it's been refrigerated, but it's actually quite tasty.
It tastes like it's fresh. It doesn't even taste refrigerated at all.
It's actually very tasty.
Oh my god, that is good. Give me this.
Keep eating. What'd you put it down for?
Oh no.
What are you doing?
Oh my god. I love you. Oh, and you too, Phil.
Oh! Wow.
Oh, Sherry, your berries.
That is delicious. Mmm. So, to give you some perspective, I believe this actually cost about $30 for the 12 strawberries. As you see, you get 4 of each kind. Yep. 4 of each kind. Look at the size of this one. It looks like a softball. Holy shit! How are you supposed to eat that?
2 people at once.
It's insanely large. It's nuts. All right. So before I give my verdict, I'm going to try one more.
Sprinkles.
I'm going to try one more. I'm actually going to try a milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate's great. And one thing I like is that sometimes with colored chocolate, you get that artificial food coloring taste. You don't even taste that.
No, it tastes like chocolate, you know? Real chocolate.
I will try the one with the sprinkles now. See if I like the sprinkle. Look at that. Big.
The milk chocolate's good too.
Sprinkles are good too. They don't have that disgusting artificial taste to them. I think it's just a... Oh no, I have hearts all over me.
Well, we're going to make a mess here eating these, I think.
Well, who cares? It's Valentine's Day. You get messy and you get fat.
Yeah, well, look at this. This one's not ripe.
Oh, jeez. Aww.
Exposed!
That was good.
Oh, yours is nice and juicy ripe. Mine is not ripe at all.
The first bite doesn't even look like it was even a little ripe.
No, this strawberry is not ripe. Why did they give me this strawberry is the question then. They couldn't, I mean, obviously you could tell it wasn't ripe. Well, that's disappointing.
Aww.
Especially for the price that I paid, you know?
Yeah, and it's weird because look at this one. It's so red.
That one's insanely ripe. This one's not ripe at all.
That one's barely yellow.
How did they, it's not even. Look, it's green still.
It's like greenish yellowish.
It never ripened. So why the hell did they cover it in chocolate and try to pass it off like it was ripened?
Yeah,
that's messed up.
Yeah, you know someone had to look at these.
Yeah. Someone had to. Literally, they had to do this.
No, factory probably does it now.
Well, now I'm disappointed. Because now, how many more? Now, obviously, we're not going to eat all these right now. But how many more of these? How many more of these are going to not be ripe? You know
which one I'm worried about? The
yeah,
big one now.
Gigantor. Yeah.
How do we know they didn't just get a big one for the sake of, oh, look, they're going to be so impressed because it's huge, and meanwhile it's going to be yellow. It's going to be like green or yellow.
Well, I've had 2 of them. Honestly, I'm not really hungry enough to eat a third one.
I probably am.
But for my verdict, I mean, I'm going to say for the one that was good, it was absolutely delicious. But the fact that they're giving me one that's not ripe is ridiculous. Especially for the price. Like I said, $30 for a dozen, and one of them is inedible. I'm not going to eat that. You know, it's not ripe at all. I might get sick to my stomach if I eat that. So
you can eat the chocolate at least around it.
I probably will break off the chocolate and eat the chocolate. So I'm going to, unfortunately, because of my experience, I'm going to have to give it a lower score. Like I was going to give it maybe like a 4 or a 4.5.
I was going to say the same.
The only thing I was going to say is the reason it's not a 5 is because of the price. The price was expensive, you know, $30 for 12 strawberries. But now that this, I don't know, I'm going to have to give it maybe like a 3.5 out of 5. Because if you have ones that are inedible, that's ridiculous. I did not expect this at all.
I am going to give it a solid 3 for 3 reasons. One, I'm actually slightly disappointed that the size of the strawberries are inconsistent. Like, there's this mammoth one. Who's going to eat that one? Like, if there was a couple, they'd have to, like, fight over it. What if you're an avid chocolate and strawberry lover? You're going to be fighting to death over it. 2, it's super expensive.
Yeah.
And if you want it on Valentine's Day, you pay extra.
Yeah, I actually forgot to mention that. I paid $14 extra to have this delivered today. And it didn't even get delivered in a timely manner.
And guess
9 o'clock at night it showed up.
$14 extra and you only get 12 berries.
Yeah.
So it's like over $1 a berry.
So really, it's the price that's the major issue.
It's the price, and another thing that you guys wouldn't know, but on the website, you can't customize it. I don't like white chocolate at all, but there's no way to say just leave out white chocolate or no nuts, I'm allergic. no customization whatsoever.
It's only you have to buy a pre-made package.
Yeah, which kind of sucks.
Which there actually was no option to just get milk chocolate. If you just want milk chocolate, you can't. You have to get a combination of that and something else, and that's why we chose this one actually, because this one had the least amount of white chocolate.
Yeah, and some had nuts in them, so that wasn't really an option.
Huh. Alright, so that's it for Sherry's Berries. Now you know what to expect, and I'm pretty disappointed about this right now, to be honest. Dear Sherry's, you kind of owe me an explanation on why I have a completely green, unripened strawberry in my extremely expensive box of strawberries.
I'm worried the rest are going to be like that now.
Yeah, who knows what the rest are going to look like. We're going to have to be careful and look into them and see, you know, what they actually look like. So I give it I say a 3.5, just because of the price point and because of this.
I give them a 3 because of the price point. Way too much when you think about it. Especially for the extra delivery guaranteed for Valentine's Day. Unripened strawberry and no customization, so if you have an allergy, you're very limited. Or if you just don't like something.
Alright, so that's it for DSP Tries It of Sherry's Berries. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Bye! Happy Valentine's Day.
DSP tries it.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of DSP Tries It. I am obviously Darkside Phil, and I am in the dark. And the reason that I'm in the dark is because we are about to test out for the very first belch, but excuse me, for the very first time, the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance Plasma Coil Lamp. Okay. So, from what I'm to understand, well, first of all, I got this by purchasing the collector's edition of Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, and for what I'm to understand, it's supposed to act similar to like those old, what did they call them, Tesla lamps or whatever, that you used to buy back in the day. You don't really see them that much anymore. But I have no idea if this thing even works. I literally just plugged it in, I turned off all the lights, because obviously if this lamp works, you want to see it. You don't want to see it in the light, you want to see it in the dark to accentuate, you know, its features. So it has 2 modes. I don't know what the difference in the modes are. Keep in mind that in order to get this lamp, I had to spend an additional, let's see, the game itself cost $60. The collector's edition costs $150. So that's what, 90 extra dollars? But you also got a soundtrack, and the soundtrack's probably worth a good $15. So really, you paid about, you know, maybe $70 extra for this. Okay. So we're going to see if it's worth it. First of all, it has 2 settings. One down and one up. So let's press down first. Okay, so what I'm seeing, if you see in the bottom here, it says Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. And it's kind of a dark blue on the left, and it goes to like kind of a gradient into a white color on the right. And what this has is several LED lights on the inside that are lighting up, basically causing the lamp to glow blue. So that's not very impressive, and I'm really hoping that that's not all, because look, nothing. There's nothing there. So I'm really hoping that that's not the only feature that the lamp has, because I will be very disappointed if I just spent $70 for something that just glows blue. Alright, so let's try the other setting. Ooh, okay. So I was right. This is actually very similar to what they used to call them like Tesla coil or Tesla lamps. I used to see them back in the 1980s, and actually when I was a teenager in the 1990s, when I used to go to the mall a lot, I would go to like Spencer's Gifts, and they would sell these at the store, okay? Now I remember them actually being pretty pricey, like hundreds of dollars, and they would be really weird shapes. You get them in different shapes, like giant globes, or they would be shaped as certain objects and stuff. And I remember one of the coolest features about it is that if you touch it, the electricity actually forms to your fingers. Look at that. It'll follow your fingertips. If you have 2 fingers, look at that. It'll dance around your 2 fingers. If you put all 5 fingers, now it goes kind of zany, and it actually will follow along with your fingertips. So that's pretty neat. Now what if we do 2-handed? Now you got electricity shooting from all over, from all the different sides of the lamp. So that's pretty neat. It's pretty much exactly what I expected it to be. As I said, I've seen these things go for anywhere from little ones, like I've seen ones less than half this size, okay? Maybe this high. So for like $50. I've seen gigantic globes go for like 200 or more. So for this one being about $70 for what it is, I don't think that's too bad. These are kind of pricey items, and the one negative that I do have to say about it is that mine did come a little bit scuffed up on the top here. There's some scuff marks that I think even with the protective plastic, unfortunately, they weren't able to transport these properly, or maybe it happened in the warehouse and they just don't have good QA and they let these things ship out with these scuff marks on them. But if you're into this kind of cool thing, I've never seen a gaming related piece that was actually a Tesla lamp like this. Like, this is pretty crazy. And what it is, just so you know, this is supposed to be Raiden's sword from the game, kind of just, you know, implanted down there, because in the game his sword is electrified as he cuts through enemies and cuts through robots and cuts through all kinds of shit. So, overall, I think, knowing that I have knowledge of this product, and I have knowledge, at least from back in the day, when these used to be popular, this would probably be a reasonable price for what it is. Being that these kind of aren't very popular anymore, I don't know really realistically, price-wise, if this is something that's really worth it, but this is a neat thing that I can now turn on every night at my condo, be a nice decorative piece. I mean, let's face it, you could be right here, right next to Isaac Clarke statue. We could turn him on. We got Isaac Clarke's eyes glowing right next to him. I mean, we got so much cool stuff going on here, but it is a really nice piece. It's very bright, vibrant, it's different, it's interactive. It's another thing, a lot of these things, collectibles that you get for video games aren't very interactive. You know, you get, wow, I got a statue. Well, it just sits there. This thing actually moves around and looks pretty cool, you know? So, I actually like it. My one negative about it, like I said, is that unfortunately it was kind of scuffed up at the top here. And I guess the other negative I would say is it would have been nice if it was more than one color. Like, they could have implanted more lights down there and had it different modes. Maybe it could be glow red, glow blue, because, you know, there is a mode in Metal Gear Rising Revengeance called Ripper mode, and it's actually, you max out on like rage and you just go crazy, and your whole body and your sword turns red and you go crazy, instant killing everything. And if that was actually a mode here, I think that would be cool too, to have a blue, you know, version, a blue and red option to switch between the colors. But for what it is, for $70, I actually am pretty pleased. This is a cool piece. This is something that, even if 20 years from now no one knows what the fuck Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is, I could still have it on display somewhere and turn it on and fuck around with it. And, you know, who knows how much longer these things are even going to be made. So, you know, show the kiddies in 20 years, oh look, a Tesla lamp. They'd be like, what the fuck's that, Daddy? You know, we have fucking floating cars, and you know, we have self-brushing teeth and toilets that fucking wipe our ass for us, and you're talking about a stupid Tesla lamp? We're like, well, shut up, son. Take a look at this and shut your face. Okay, so that's it for this episode of DSP Tries It. I'm going to give the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance Collector's Edition Plasma Lamp a 4 out of 5, because the price-wise actually is pretty much dead on for what you would pay for one of this size. But the only reason it gets a 4 out of 5 is because, number one, it's only one color, and number two, because it does have some scuffs and things on the top here that I am a little disappointed about. I really wish I could have got one that was in pristine condition, but I guess it is what it is, you know. You have to understand that they ship this thing across the country. It goes to a game store, sits in the back, then it gets bumped around, you know, so. Alright, that's it for this episode of DSP Tries It. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.
DSP Tries It.
What's going on, everyone? DSP here with another episode of DSP Tries It, and this one is going to be a throwback. And the reason that I say that is because, as you can see, we're doing fast food today. It's in Connecticut. Well, obviously I live in Connecticut, duh. We're in Connecticut today, and it's about to start snowing outside, and I said, well, rather than have to go out and grab food, let me order in. And I actually went to the Domino's website and found out that this week only, it's 50% off any pizza you order online. So I ordered 2 today, and the 2 that I ordered are 2 pizzas I've never tried from Domino's. They're special kinds. The first is a artisan pizza, which is a flat square pizza that's supposed to be like crispy. And then I have the brand new handmade pan pizza. And I ordered a 2-topping of that, okay? Now they just started this promotion. This has been out for a year about. This has just started like last month. So we're going to try both of these today. It's going to be a dual DSP tries it where I'm going to, right here live, try a piece of each pizza. So first, the pizza we've got the artisan pizza of is chicken carbonara, okay? So what is in here? You've got, obviously, cheese and sauce. You've got chicken, bacon, and diced tomatoes, okay? So what I'll do here, hold on a second, put down the camera and I'm going to grab one of the pieces probably from the side here. It is very thin. Look, it's very, very thin. I don't know if you can see that. But obviously we'll get a better view, okay? Okay, so that's a piece of the chicken carbonara pizza. It's definitely not traditional pizza. It's the kind of ones that you would get at a fancy restaurant, flat, okay, with the toppings piled on top. So I'm going to take a bite of this and we'll see what it's like. Mmm. Well, the tomatoes are fresh and tasty. Mmm. The chicken is warm. The pizza's quite tasty. Look at that. I'm going to eat the whole thing. The cheese is delicious and melted well. Little pieces of bacon in there as well. It's basically a thin gourmet pizza. And they're $10 each, but I got it for $5 because I had the half-price coupon. Mmm, that was really good. Now, keep in mind, that was the chicken carbonara, and it's delicious. I actually talked to my girlfriend today, and she said that she's heard from some people that some of them are nasty. Now, there are a bunch of them. It's not just that one. I think there's 4 or 5 different kinds. So it could be true that, one of them is pretty nasty. But anyway, chicken carbonara, artisan pizza, it's a thumbs up in my book. I'm going to give it, obviously it's fast food pizza, okay? It's not something that's worth a lot of money. It's not something that a lot of effort went into. But for a fast food pizza, if you don't want something that's a giant and doughy, you like thin pizza, this is pretty good. I'm actually going to give this one a 4 out of 5. The only reason it's 4 out of 5 is because $10 for this is kind of pricey. Okay, I got it for half, but $10 is kind of pricey for this thin pizza. And also because it's fast food, you know what I mean? It's not gourmet, there's no seasoning on here. They didn't put, all kinds of different seasonings and things on it that they would put on a gourmet pizza. So 4 out of 5. For the price and the flavor, that's pretty good. But the one I'm really interested in, I'll be honest with everyone, is the handmade pan pizza, because I saw 100 advertisements on TV for this one. The advertisement says that this pizza, as you can see, the toppings go all the way to the edge of the pizza. Alright? They even put this thing in it to keep this up so it doesn't crush the pizza. So let me grab a slice of this. I got pepperoni and Italian sausage on this. Now, there's basically no crust on the end at all. The entire thing is a fluffy piece of pizza. I don't know if you can see it there. I'll show you in a second. It's all very fluffy. Very doughy pizza. Not like typical Domino's where you get the crust on the end. It's way different. Okay? A more fluffy, doughy slice. As you can see, the thickness compared to that other one I just had, it's very thick and very airy. Okay? So there you go. Let's take a bite. Okay, so the dough is not typical dough either. It's not the same dough that they make the other Domino's pizza with, because it's very sweet, but also very buttery. So it is very different than what I was expecting, to be honest. Is it blowing me away? Not really. I'm going to take another bite. Basically, it's a buttery kind of fluffy pizza dough with the typical Domino's marinara, cheese, and toppings. So really, the question is it an improvement over a regular Domino's pizza? My answer is yes. It is actually an improvement over a regular Domino's pizza. Then again, I think that regular Domino's pizza is probably the lowest common denominator for pizza. It is the worst, okay, when it comes to delivery pizzas and fast food pizzas. So, I like this. I definitely like this better than the Domino's regular pizza, but just so everyone knows, the price on this, I think for a normal medium pizza with 2 toppings is around $10. They're doing a promotion right now where it's only $7.99, and actually because it was the 50% off week, I used that code instead, and actually it was only $6.99. So, for the price that I paid, I think it's worth it. For a regular price, I don't know if this is worth, $10 for the size of that pizza. I actually, between the two, between this and the Artisan, I actually think I like the Artisan a little better, but this is a pretty good, if you like the more chunky, fluffy pizza, you'll probably like this as well. It's definitely a step up from regular Domino's pizza. So for my first tasting of their handmade pan pizza, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Only thing being, I think it's a little bit too pricey, and it could be a little bit better. Like I said, I really don't like the typical Domino's sauce and stuff. I think it needs more seasoning and more flavoring to it, and they don't do a lot to it. But for what it is, it's pretty good, and I'm actually impressed at the 2 new pizzas that I tried today, and I'll be honest, I'm a very, vocal critic of Domino's, and I always said I hate Domino's, but now they're steaming to have some products that actually I'm enjoying and that I may actually start, eating, not on a regular basis, because obviously you don't want to eat pizza all the time, but if I do order out for pizza, might want to get something like this. So, alright, that's it for this episode of DSP Tries It, the Domino's Artisan Chicken Carbonara and the handmade pan pepperoni and Italian sausage pizzas. I liked them both. The Artisan gets a 4 out of 5. The hand tossed gets a 3.5 out of 5. See you next time on DSP Tries It.
DSP tries it.
What is up, everybody? DSP here. Welcome to another edition of DSP Tries It. It's another food episode, which a lot of people seem to enjoy. And as I was driving by my local Burger King, which is actually right down the street from where I live today, I haven't eaten there in a while, actually. And I noticed they have a whole new menu. Like, they do this once a year, usually. They refresh their menu and put some new products on that are either seasonal or maybe they're just trying them out. And there's a whole bunch of new products. So I'm actually probably over the next couple of weeks be trying out a bunch of these to see if any of these are good, and of course subsequently filming a DSP Tries It. Well, today we're going to try the new bacon and cheddar stuffed burger. That's right. Supposedly there's a burger where there's bacon and cheddar in the burger meat. And this is the new burger at Burger King. So I got it. We're going to see what exactly this entails here. So let's open it up. First of all, that is definitely not the standard burger bun that they put a burger on. It's some kind of a special bun, okay? So what do we have on it, first of all? It looks like we've got lettuce, tomato, mayo. There's ketchup under there, and there's also onion rings on the burger. I did not know it had onion rings on it. And then, if we flip this, because I want to see what the burger itself looks like. There it is, the burger with, it looks like it has chunks of cheese and bacon actually in the burger. Alright, so interesting. So this is, by the way, this is the standard, meaning I did not customize the burger at all. I wanted to see what is their standard, of presentation for this burger. So the standard is lettuce, tomato, mayo, ketchup, onion rings, and then the burger itself on a special bun. Okay? Alright, so let's take a bite and see what I think. Well, I can tell you this. The bun is sweet. It's sweeter than a normal bun. The burger meat itself has an interesting flavor because you can definitely taste the bacon and the cheese in the meat as you're eating it. So it's definitely different than a normal burger. I'm going to take another bite here. Well, it's good. You can taste the cheese. You can taste the bacon. You can actually see, look, there's a chunk of bacon right there in the meat. So you can actually taste all those flavors in there. It's a little bit on the messy side. Look, I've only taken 2 bites, and look, everything's coming out. The mayo's oozing out the side. The tomato is sliding off. So that's a little bit of an annoyance. This may be a 2-fister, meaning you need to use 2 hands to eat it properly. But the flavor is there. But one of the major problems I think with fast food burgers is that unfortunately they don't let you cook the burger the way you want. Like me, I prefer a juicier, like medium burger. This is obviously well done. But that being said, it's actually not bad. It's an interesting taste. It's different. It's not like a standard Burger King burger you would expect. The burger itself, the combo, if you get a combo, is $7.29. So I'm assuming the burger is probably like $4 or $5 by itself. It's probably around like $4.50. It's usually what a large sandwich at Burger King goes for. So overall, what do I think? I think it's tasty. It's probably not good for you, being that there's bacon and cheese in the meat. But this is an interesting take, an interesting change from a standard Burger King burger. It's not exactly juicier, but you do have those flavors that come through. However, it is a messy burger as well. As you can see, everything is falling off the damn thing. But I do like the new bun. This unique bun is sweet, and it gives a different taste to the burger, definitely. So, the Burger King bacon and cheddar stuffed burger, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I think that it's good. I think it's better than their standard burgers. But I think it's a little bit on the messy side. And it's not anything to write home to. For a fast food burger, it's pretty good. It also doesn't look like it's very greasy compared to other burgers. Usually burgers are dripping grease, but I'm not like blown away. I think it's a good thing to try once, but I don't know if anyone's going to fall in love with the burger and want to get it all the time. So I give it a 3 out of 5. Alright, that's it for this episode of DSP Tries It. I may be trying out some of the other new Burger King menu items in the future. And if I do, I'll be doing more DSP Tries It. So, thanks a lot. See you then.
DSP Tries It.
What is up, everyone? DSP here with another episode of DSP Tries It. And we are following along with the new Burger King menu. That's right. Just this past week, Burger King has rolled out a new seasonal menu. They do this every once in a while. They have new products. And so, today we're going to be testing out one of the new sandwiches. Now, this one is pretty unique because this is something I have never seen at a fast food chain, okay? So this is going to be an original. This is, see that? A veggie burger. Now, admittedly, I've only had a few veggie burgers in my entire life. It was this one point, actually, when I was a teenager. And my best friend's dad was dating a vegetarian and had all this food in his fridge for her, and then it ends up that they broke up. So he ended up with all this extra vegetarian food in his fridge, and one of the things was veggie burgers, and I ate a couple of them. And I've had a couple others over the course of my life, but I'm not a vegetarian. It's not something that I would normally eat. So I'm curious to see how they would adapt this kind of unique food. This is for a niche audience, really. It's not something everyone would eat. How do they adapt it to a fast food chain? Okay? So we're going to test it out today, and I'm going to tell you my opinion on it. So let's take a look at it. Let's see how they present the veggie burger. Whoa. Well, that certainly is not a hamburger. Take a look at that. You know, Burger King going non-beef for a change, okay? So it's got the standard sesame seed bun. It's actually quite messy. It looks like they kind of loaded the stuff on it lopsided. So let's see what's on it. You've got lettuce, tomato, ketchup, and mayo. That's what they've put on this veggie burger, okay? See if I can reposition the tomatoes in a manner where they won't fall off and actually remove this piece of lettuce that's falling off anyway. Okay. So there you have it. The veggie burger itself is actually almost orange in color, which is quite odd. I'm trying to remember what color the one was that I ate, the ones that I've eaten. I know I've eaten one that looked kind of greenish. So I don't know if it's artificial food coloring Or maybe it's more of a carrot-based burger. I don't know. Okay, so let's lift this guy up. Okay, a veggie burger. We're going to try it. See what it's like. Whoa. Whoa. Well, it tastes absolutely nothing whatsoever like a regular burger. It tastes like, I taste some saltiness. I actually taste a lot of seasoning, some breading. It certainly doesn't taste like any certain vegetable. It's kind of unique. It's kind of unique, and I think I actually like it. All right, let me take another bite before I give my verdict here. I'm going to take a bite with a tomato chunk in it this time. It's actually quite tasty. Like I said, it definitely tastes absolutely nothing like a burger, but it's a pretty tasty sandwich. It's definitely got flavor to it. It's not like bland. It's actually very flavorful. It is a little bit on the salty side. I do want to say that. I can taste a lot of salt. But outside of the salt, there's a lot of different seasonings and flavors in that burger. Now, the one thing that gets me is that they put mayo on it. Because if you're a vegetarian, a lot of the times you're trying to eliminate excess fat and things from your diet. Why they would put mayonnaise on a vegetable burger is kind of beyond me. I would think that they would just maybe do the ketchup. And in addition, you would think maybe they would put some other stuff on there, like why not some onion? Why not some pickles? It is a veggie burger, why not load it with vegetables? Now, I'm not saying, I understand this is Burger King. At Burger King, you can do that. You can add whatever you want. So, I understand that, yes, if you really want to load it up, you can. But it kind of confuses me that they don't have that stuff on the burger by default. You would have thought for a veggie burger, they would have put a lot of veggies on it. But I actually do enjoy the flavor. And for that, I'm going to judge it based off of the base burger. I actually do like the flavor a lot. I'm actually going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. I mean, I'm sure there's better burgers, or better veggie burgers out there. But for something that you can just stop at a Burger King and get, especially if you like, let's say you're with a bunch of people and they all want to stop at Burger King, and normally Burger King isn't an alternative that you would think of that you could eat if you're a vegetarian. Well, now they're saying, look, there's a vegetarian option. You can come check this out, which is pretty neat. And the flavor is there. I just think that the mayo is kind of weird. I don't think there should be mayo on this burger. So I give the veggie burger, the new veggie burger at Burger King, a 3.5 out of 5. It's tasty. It's a cool vegetarian alternative, but a little bit weird with the choices of the base burger of what they put on it, especially the mayonnaise. And it's a little bit on the salty side as well. So, alright, that's it for this episode of DSP Tries It. I'm going to dig into this burger, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll see you next time.